All right, there's been a major setback for Republicans in their redistricting fight. In a 2-to-1 ruling, a federal court has blocked the new Texas maps that was signed into law back in August. In his opinion, the judge, who was nominated by President Trump, wrote, quote, "Substantial evidence shows that Texas racially gerrymandered the 2025 map," end quote. He ordered the state to use the 2021 map instead. CBS News political reporter Hunter Woodall joins us from our D.C. bureau with more on this. A remarkable ruling, Hunter. I don't know if anyone really expected this. So how does this decision delay or change what's happening there in Texas and nationally?
Errol, what we saw yesterday was incredibly significant, as you've outlined. This was a huge setback for not just Texas Republicans, but President Donald Trump. This ruling essentially sidelines the new map that Texas Republicans had drawn to try and gain 5 congressional seats in Texas, taking 5 Democratic seats and making them more favorable to Republicans. But it was also quite a rebuke of the whole process that led to this. At the center of this issue really was a letter from the Department of Justice about redistricting that was sent to Texas that really underpinned what the 2 judges outlined in this decision, in this ruling. And it really goes back to what Republicans can do. Now, it's clear Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, a Republican, has said, and as well as the governor, have said they're going to appeal this to the U.S. Supreme Court. But it's also notable that the judge that delivered this opinion, he was nominated to his post by President Donald Trump. He was a former Texas Supreme Court justice. Now, the other judge that signed on to this was appointed by President Obama back during President Obama's first term. But it is significant given how much of a rebuke this is to what Republicans tried to do in Texas and what it means for redistricting around the country.
And let's talk about that a bit, because it's a bit of a patchwork out there when it comes to states changing their congressional maps. California is doing it through a proposition that passed. But how might this single ruling impact what's happening elsewhere?
And Errol, that's the key question we're watching right now, because you have California Democrats redrew their maps and had a ballot measure that passed to essentially answer what Texas had done, taking 5 Republican seats in California and making them more favorable to Democrats. Now, California, that map is being challenged in court by Republicans, as well as the Department of Justice is challenging that map. But really, this whole process, what came into it was this idea that Republicans were going to try and redraw congressional districts that had favored Democrats in hopes of helping their chances of winning in next year's midterms. Now, the midterms of the incumbent president's party, usually they don't do too well. So the idea was you help Republicans, maybe they would be able to hold on to their narrow majority in the U.S. House. Now that looks more in peril than ever before.
All right, Hunter Woodall in our D.C. bureau, thank you.